immediately get water on my mouth, because that is just about how my day's been going. As a note,
today.
you're off?
I took off today. I had a doctor's visit, so I got to chill.
I actually went to the dentist today.
There you go.
On a note.
Catching up all the shit I didn't do during COVID. I still need to go to the dentist. It's been like 2 years at this point.
Oh god, it hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Dentist always hurts. I always do that weird picking tool. But I've started the stream, so we are going to launch off here. So guys, this week we have another solo session. This is our solo druid, Mr. Nahom, or as we will call him for sake of his character, Myrsaurus, the dinosaur druid, the bladeback saurial, however you pronounce that druid. Last week, our druid, our hero, arrived on the continent here of Idmar and landed in the small halfling-centered town of Quartershoe. He went and met with the local lore master Giles and ended up learning that there was some suspicious sites in the hills where perhaps the stones of power he is searching for to heal his land are located. And so he took off into the hills, as all good adventurers do, and went looking for this thing. He encountered a giant, didn't really mess with it, kind of flew across the hills and eventually came across some halflings, talked with them a little bit. Then he ended up fighting hobgoblins, getting injured, and he went and rested in a small halfling village on the coast that is not named on the map. And once again, delved into his search, eventually coming across the temple where a shadowy figure stood. That shadowy figure ended up being a bunch of goblins in a cloak, and entered this suspicious temple as an animal. He then battled with the goblins in his various animal forms, eventually being knocked unconscious and then hung upside down like a piñata. Over time, he was beaten and bruised, but eventually he convinced the goblins that he could eliminate the suspicious creature inside the temple in order for them to steal its treasure. But before that would happen, he rested up and eventually fought the goblins, killing them, stepping on one's head, mercilessly slaughtering these innocent little creatures hanging out in this temple. And finally, he came across, after resting once again, the creature in the temple, which was some sort of... What would you describe it as, Nahom? What did you fight?
Some sort of ice owl. Or ice hawk.
An ice hawk. Innocent goblin, no such thing? Yes. There
no.
Probably isn't any such thing as an innocent goblin, but perhaps maybe neutral? Neutral evilish? At most. But
You're an evil.
He fought this ice hawk and eventually touched the implement that he was looking for, perhaps. Or maybe something completely unrelated. He touched some weird stone in a cave. And he disappeared into darkness. And in that darkness before you, Myrsaurus, sits a large floating eye just staring down at you in this kind of shadowy plane that you're in. Although to describe it more, we can get into this. The area around you appears to be dark, but off in the distance, you can see that there's these strange kind of lights shooting off of maybe mirrors? A great black worm? You fought a great red dragon in the other continent. Sorry, I'm just talking to the chat. But this plane is very kind of illuminescent off in the distance, but where you are, it's rather dark. And before you sits this eye, and the voice speaks up to you and goes, "You're here. Welcome."
Identify yourself. Where am I?
You are where you should be. You are in my realm. The ever-glowing plains, the ever-translucent sphere. You hold my stone now, and with it, you could perhaps heal your land. But the stone will not unlock its full power to you unless I will it.
Okay, then how would I go about achieving such a feat?
The lore master in the town you know as Quartershoe. Take your scimitar. You have a scimitar, right? I'm not making that up.
No, that is accurate.
Take your scimitar. Stab it through his heart. And my stone's powers will fully awaken to you. You will have the sight, the ability to see all as it truly is. Do as I ask and be my champion. And I will reveal even the location of another stone.
Why must I kill him?
Why? You question? He is a master of lore. Killing him will bring him to me. I wish to take his knowledge on as my own.
He is a powerful spellcaster. Even if I did, by some means, attack him, I'm not confident I could win.
If you are truly going to heal your land, this is a small victory you must achieve. Begone with you. I have given you your task. Go out and see the world as it truly is. Reveal all knowledge that is hidden. And be my champion. And you hear a snap, kind of like a fizzle and a pop. And around you, you sit in that icicled layered room, your hand kind of resting on the stone, just gently holding it. What do you do?
Shit. I search if there's anything around the obelisk, anything else in this room before I attempt to take my leave.
Okay, you look around the room for but a moment, and you see the ice sickles. You see the corpse of the creature you killed. It has that long, flat nose. It does have little arms that it was attacking you with, its claws and little legs. You're not sure what this creature is, necessarily, but it definitely looks like it's not from this plane of existence. You're vaguely aware of the planes, being a druid, so...
I take the stone, I put it in my bag, and then I make my way out of the temple.
Okay, you make your way out at 3 HP. You walk out of the temple. The plains are dark, as this was, I think, around midday or nighttime as you were finishing this
Fighting,
up.
Yeah. I see what time it is. I go back in and set up camp for the night.
Okay, you go to sleep for the night, provoking perhaps an encounter. If my dice will ever stop. Oh dear. There's no encounters. At least as far as you know.
Do I need to roll something?
No.
Okay.
You wake up. You can memorize your spells. What spells do you memorize today?
Okay.
Out of your
With the
vest
potential of fighting a spellcaster, let me go look through my spell list and see what would be the best thing in the scenario.
He could always look around. That is true.
I guess one instance of Cure Light Wounds.
Okay. You grab a Cure Light Wounds. What for your other spell?
Yeah, I guess another instance of Cure Light Wounds, and then one. I'm sorry. Wait. I thought I'm looking through the pre-spell list.
You should be.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can't tell. I can't tell what school this is from. Strength of Stone. It's just telling me it's invocation, but it's not letting me know whether it's
Ooh, you're clicking. Hold on.
I'm on priest.
Strength. You should look through the specific schools. Strength of Stone. Yes. Invocation. Is that under one of the elementals? Probably elemental earth. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
you do have access to that spell, so you memorize Strength of Stone.
Yep, I memorize one instance of Strength of Stone.
Okay. You memorize your spells.
While I'm here, I cast one Cure Light Wounds on myself, just get myself back up to full. I'll roll a d6, I believe.
All right, give me your Cure Light Wounds.
All right.
All right,
Back
you
to
go
full
back
HP.
to full. Yes.
I take
You do
I
what?
take my time to change into. Today I'll just take my one of my animal forms, not a I guess a rabbit would be the fastest thing I can think of. That's half a hit die. Then I'll try to venture back to Quarter Shoe.
You said not a rabbit? Are you doing your mammal, your bird, or your reptile?
Mammal. I'm sorry. I think rabbit would be the fastest thing I can think of.
Okay.
It'd be half a hit die.
You become a rabbit and begin to wander through the plains where all these predators are. Now, Nahom, let's have a conversation. Do you know what the real life expectancy of a rabbit is?
5 years?
A lot of rabbits die every day, my friend. A lot of rabbits die. Welcome to the stream, Tom, by the way. Nice to see you, man. Let's see here. Oh my god. You're lucky you're not in that biome. I was on the wrong biome for a moment, and would have been an interesting encounter. Oh my god. As you're hopping along, you begin to hear rumbling under the ground. The ground shakes. You look around you. It feels like an earthquake as the ground trembles around you. And what do you do as this is occurring?
The ground is trembling?
Yes, like it's an earthquake.
Is it beneath me, or is it just...
If you ever been in an earthquake, it's hard to tell the origin.
Yeah, where we're located. Can I sprint, or I'm going at top speed already?
You can definitely break into a run. Give me a strength check to go really fast.
And my strength is, I believe it's 14, so 24.
24. All right. You burst off into a sprint. The ground continues to tremble around you for about 10 minutes, and then it stops. and I assume you slow down. Or maybe you don't.
I look across the plain to see if anything shifted or if there's anything on the horizon.
As you look around, you see some of the hills around you have slightly shifted in their position. As though something made the earth below them move. And shift them slightly to the left, slightly to the right. You know, it's not giant movements, but there's definitely a change in the hills around you.
I take note and I just continue going. Whatever this is, it's too big for me anyway.
You get going, and you are in the middle of the plains. So it'll take you a little more than a day to get back as you bunny hop a day's journey. You eventually get to a point where you're 10 or so miles out of town, and you're getting tired. You're getting sleepy, you know.
Switching back to my animal form, do anything for exhaustion, or is it still... I would still be tired when I change back?
You'd still be just as tired.
I try to... Well, I'm just like, can I see town? Or I'm 10 miles away. I wouldn't be able to see it. What time is it outside?
It's getting late. This is your day's travel that you've had, so it's
All right.
turning to dark. You see perhaps a moon kind of crescenting.
Well, I guess I'm gonna camp out. Don't have a choice.
Okay, you camp out. You make a little camp in the woods. You're a druid. You understand surviving out in nature. Okay. Ooh. Oh.
I don't know if I think I forgot to mention. I don't know if we can retcon it, but I took the bird with me as well.
You took the corpse? Okay. As you've held the corpse in your transform form, nothing really happened, but as you came out of it, you see it's bloating and rotting. It's disgusting. It is truly the corpse of a creature. But apparently you hold on to it. So that's all good and dandy.
If its talons or feathers are worth anything, but...
Okay. As you are going to bed, you see off in the distance a herd of creatures. They appear to be buffaloes. Kind of stumbling through the plains off of the hills a bit.
Is there anyone with them?
No, it's just a herd of buffalo.
I come up near them?
They begin to trudge off as your contact scares them. They don't charge at you, but they keep their distance. As you get, within 40 feet, you see the herd start to trample on towards the west in this direction.
Should memorize animal friendship. Shit. Well, I can't really talk to them, so... If there's no half-hit die animal that would be able to communicate, correct?
You also cannot speak the animal's language as you transform. There are spells for that.
Okay. Okay. Then I'm just going to I'll just let them continue on. I can't really communicate or anything like that. Or is it no? They're just not injured or anything. They're just wandering around with no one, not even a halfling.
They're just wandering around. They're just buffalo.
All right. Well, I leave them be.
I wish I had the where the buffalo roam queued up, but I do not.
Copyright.
Oh dear. Where is the speak with animals spell? Speak. Oh, there it is. It's level 2, so you need to be level 3 to cast it.
Commune with nature.
Is that Rufus with the bison? No, but if we scroll over here, we will see there is a town called Titus's Hearth. You don't know who Titus is, do you, Nahom?
No.
He is a buffalo riding paladin. Not paladin, cleric? Cleric fighter that we had in a previous campaign.
All right then, that makes sense, I guess.
Yes, he was a wild beast of a character. Almost as good as Archibald Lafleur. You should know who that is. You were his traveling companion.
I remember Archibald, yeah.
Yes. But, so you go, what do? You go back to bed?
I go back to sleep.
Okay. You go to sleep. The rest of the night is seemingly undisturbed. Fighter cleric, I was correct. Okay. The second time. I was correct the second time. Multi-class. All right, what do you do? I think it was dual class. Either way.
Well, I go into quarter. This I don't bother transforming. I just go into quarter shoe. Just today I'll do the same thing. Instances of cure light wounds, then one of strength of stone.
You travel into Quartershoe. The town is quaint. Quite a nice little place. There's halflings meandering about. There's a large temple you can see in the distance, right here. What do you do? It's a peaceful day.
I make my way over to. Actually, first I look for like a weapons shop to see if I can sell these spears and whatnot.
There is a weaponsmith in town, and he crafts various things.
I make my way over to him, and
It's a large, portly man with big arms, but big fat tummy. Looks at you and goes, "What you want?"
hello, sir. I recently came across a band of ruffians. After I defeated them, they had these weapons. I was seeing if they're worth anything.
What you got for me?
The short sword, was it 3 short swords, 3 bows?
Yep. I'm not interested in the bows. They're goblin size. Perhaps you should hand them to some children out in the yard. Out in the fields.
There's a halfling village I know. They may be at use of some type of weaponry.
No. The halflings prefer slings. They do not so much hunt with the bows as menfolk do. You do notice this man is a fully grown man and not a halfling. He looks to you. Gold per short sword?
Let me check what market it is. 1 second. One second.
Darkness. You hear his apprentices pounding on metal behind you, or in front of you.
Short swords cost 10 GP. Like this is. I know a short sword would typically cost 10 gold. I'm not asking for that much, but I would at least consider it 3.
He looks at you. Now, a fine crafted short sword from my shop would go for 10 gold, but these, they've seen their wear and tear. And also, I need to resell them. And not everyone is going to want a used short sword that clearly has stains of goblin all over it. I can smell it on them, and you.
Oh yes, I do need to take a bath. Alright. How about 4 for the lot?
He looks down at a ledger. So be it 4 gold. And he produces a couple gold coins. He produces 2 gold specifically, and then gives you the rest in 20 silver. Well?
Thank you for your time, sir.
Off with you. He gets back to his work, taking your short swords.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah. So, since I have everything I need, I will make my way back over to the wizard's home.
Okay.
The naked wizard.
Yes, the naked wizard. You walk over, you see the small hut at the top of a hill outside of town. You see Giles gardening out in the woods with nothing but a small few pouches on a belt. Otherwise, he is completely naked. He waves at you. Hello, Meyer.
Hello, Giles. I have something I may need to speak with you about.
So be it. Come into my abode, if you will. Would you like some tea?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. He ushers you inside. He begins to brew tea, offers you a chair, although it does not fit you. You're a very large and imposing creature. He kind of gestures to a bale of hay outside. You both together bring it in, and you sit on the bale of hay because you cannot sit on a chair physically. Because you are 500 pounds.
I tell him that I went to. I found the temple, and I found the stone I was looking for, and I put it on the counter.
His eyes go wide. Oh dear. That is, may I? He gestures to his pouches.
Yes, why not?
He begins to cast a spell, and you see a puff and a poof of small smoke. And, he kind of peers more closely at the object after. Nothing else really happens that you can see. He goes, ooh, this is extraordinary magic. It is divine. It is of the school of divination. Divination.
I try to I don't tell him the content of what he told me about, but I tell him at least what I saw. A giant eyeball. Did he have tentacles on him?
There were tentacles protruding in the background. I don't think I described them this episode, though.
Yeah. I can kind of piece it together. So I describe what I saw, and then I tell him that he had given me a task.
Given you a task. So you tell him the whole story, except for the task so far, right?
Yeah.
You play with dangerous beings, young dino boy. I would not pry into such magics myself, but if you are dead set, your purpose is noble. You contemplate with some of the lesser worshipped deities. You understand that, correct? These stones are of 9 of the exiled gods, the exiled pantheon.
Do you have any idea who I spoke with?
From all your indications, it would appear to be Gygax. Are you familiar with Gygax?
I'm only familiar with the Essence Pantheon that you informed me of previously, and shortly you mentioned the exiled Pantheon, but
yes,
is there a reason why they're exiled?
They have more intentionality than the essences. The oh my lord. The chat is currently talking about the intricacies of if a halfling and a giant had a child, would it be a normal human?
Wasn't that like a plot line in South Park?
I hope not.
Like, it was like in like the trolling episode. The guy says, "My mom was a dwarf, and my father suffered from gigantism. She married him so I could come out normal." Just like.
As an answer, I think by the book, by the way, in 2nd edition at least, most races that intermingle that don't have a specific class end up being mongrel men. So they have all those weird traits, like they might have a lobster claw.
Oh, he looked like a mongrel man.
Yes. But he goes, they have more intentionality, these exiled deities. The essences, They flow through the essence, through the flow of power that sits in the astral plane, while the exiled pantheon manifest themselves on their own planes of existence. They are more cruel, generally. That amount of power in one being tends to set them to a devious purpose. You understand?
Do you think I could trust any one of them?
Trust is a tenuous thing. I would not trust some of them, as in Reynard, the god of tricks and deceit. He is a treacherous one. Yet they have their own purpose, as we do. They are quite powerful and will use you for their own ends, but if you find yourself on a particular path, they can be very helpful if you and their goals align. Although there is always a price. If you are willing to accept that price, then perhaps you should do it. If you are not willing to accept a particular price, then I would not delve further into their requests.
Then most likely all 9 of them will probably have requests for me then.
Yes. This stone is magical as it currently stands. I'm not sure what this Gygax offered you, but if you were to channel your energies into the stone, I believe you could use it now.
I'm no wizard, but I do know how to handle at least some form of magical power. I take the stone and I guess like how the way I would channel a spell, I just channel that into the stone instead.
You begin to focus, kind of like harness the essence of nature around you. I accidentally turned my sound off. You begin to harness the essence of nature around you, and you begin to feel the stone kind of call to you. Calls to you. Specifically, you feel this feeling of there are secrets I must know. You feel a thirst for knowledge. I don't know if you've ever felt this feeling before, but have you ever opened a book and read the first page, and then there's this instant thought in your mind where it's like, I need to read the rest of this book? You ever felt like that?
Then you sit the next 4 hours just reading.
That is the feeling you feel as you kind of call your magical powers out into the stone. And what answers is a spell. Now, usually you would not be able to cast this spell, but this is going to act as the first level detect magic. As you begin to cast, you see the magical auras kind of light up around you. There's only a couple things in this room that light up. There's the stone itself glows bright, bright yellow. Just very large aura around this stone, and you can tell it's just flowing with magic. Other than that, you see over on a bookshelf, one of Giles' books glows with magic. It has no distinct color, and it's very, very faint. But it still glows with magic.
I have a dilemma for you. If you know you had to do something that, in essence, on its own would be considered terrible, but in the grand scheme would save thousands, would you do it?
There is no justification for doing evil. Men will always die. Things will always happen as they are meant to be. The essences will guide us to a true and noble path if we let them. I tend to stay out of my share of trouble. Yet, I understand that sometimes killing is necessary, yet you should only kill if attacked. Have you ever heard of the non-aggression principle?
Vaguely.
Yes.
You should not attack those who don't attack you.
Yes, yes. That is what I tend to abide by, and I think it is a upright and worthy moral system, but there are those who will disagree with me. I once had a friend. Well, friend is a light word for it. I once knew a woman. Her name was Jezebel. And she was roaring like a hurricane. Do you know what a hurricane is? It's a giant storm that comes off of the coast.
Unfortunately, we have them in the
Yes.
on the coast of the forest.
She had a good nature, but from time to time we would find a unworthy bureaucrat or constable in a town, and he would find himself strung up in the middle of town with his pants around his ankles, hanging upside down from the temple, with the sign that says Lecher on his, nailed into his hand. This is an act that I would never do, and I find very, very poor in taste. But my friend, Jezebel, her wondrous black hair and her bosom, her wonderful character, she found that acts such as that brought us closer to good than perhaps staying more unaggressive.
But in this case, sloth would mean the death of everyone I care of, and action would mean dirtying my hands with evil.
Duty is the death of honor.
Yes.
I enjoy these philosophical conversations. We should have them more often. He smiles at you and hands you a crumpet.
I hand him the stone, and I ask him. I know we agreed on 30 gold. Was it 30 gold or 20 gold? But
30.
30. And could you in this case take a look at it? I at least try to identify it. I can pay you back later. I need to know if this would be possible.
It's more a matter of components. It is 100 GP pearl I must acquire to...
I have the pearl. It's just these... You said your services themselves would cost...
Do you actually have 100 GP pearl?
I spent all... I'm a druid. I couldn't come into the game with any money.
You spent all your money on a pearl? Oh my lord.
Okay, after I have all my equipment, I still had like 98 GP left. It's like, okay, fuck it. I don't need a tent. And then I threw away the tent and I got the pearl.
So be it. I suppose if... Let's say you owe me one.
Yes.
I will call upon you when the time is right, and you will owe me a favor. Don't worry about location. I will be able to find you. I have my ways.
Yes.
Did you know I was a diviner?
That is a school of spellcasting. Yes, we
Yes.
don't have many. We don't have many wizards in our part of the world.
Yes, I am able to locate that which is unknown to most. I will identify the spell. It will take some time. I will need to purify my workspace. And so I will ask for a day of preparation after today, not today. And then I will cast the spell that day, and the next day I will return the item to you.
When I hand him the black gem, does he pass his save?
Do you ask him that?
No,
How would you know? He doesn't disappear. If that's what you're asking.
I vanished. I thought like I was in like a trance or something like that. I disappeared?
Did you?
Oh.
How would you know?
I was waiting to see if there's like after I handed it to him like he stopped talking and like or if he like was like absent-mindedly there or I don't know, something of that nature.
He doesn't stop talking.
Oh. continues on after he was holding the gem.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For now, I guess I out of necessity I'll leave him, but eventually I know my answer.
Okay. So you leave him to do his work. What do you do for the? Do you just wait around, huck around town for the next couple days, or?
Before I leave, I ask him, "Do you know of any other stones?" I wasn't really given any inclination of where they could be. By
I have
assume
heard
Jesuits.
my fair share of rumors as I lift my cat across the room. Sorry.
He lifts his cat across the onto his naked lap.
Oh dear, no, please. Let's not go here. But I have heard rumors of where the stones are. If you need more knowledge, I could tell you some tales, but that is the limitation of my knowledge on them.
At this point, yeah, anything is helpful.
Well, I'm going to go back to the map for story time here. He sits across from you, kind of folds his hands together and goes, "Today we will talk about these tales then. There was around 20 or so years ago a group of adventurers that have reportedly found the stones. I do not know their names. I simply know that they were in the area of Kendallholm. Beyond that, I am uncertain. There was rumors of fish people and a fire. The court wizard there, I believe he practices alteration magic, would be more familiar with it. But I did hear a story that there was a fire and rumors of magic stones involved. Whether or not they are the stones of power, I am unsure. There have been various other rumors as well. I heard a rumor that one of the stones was in the possession of a powerful warlord on the plains, the Golden Steppe, as we call it here. One of the horse lords. Apparently held the stone for a time. I am not sure if he still has it or if he's even alive. We do not tend to share information with those pillagers, as they tend to be very unfriendly to those not able to ride a horse, and I can do no such thing. Other than that, there is always the rumors that Independence Pass has stones located within it. The Stone of Dwarhana, many dwarves have gone in search of, under the depths of the mountains. I have not heard anything specific beyond that, but perhaps you could go to their great dwarven city and find a guide through the mountains and go searching yourself, although I would not advise it, as many have gotten lost in those tunnels and never returned, especially if you're not a dwarf.
So several of them may be found. I will go search for those in Kendallholm. The ones near in the Golden Steep, Finefield, that one should be next on my list. Independence Pass does worry me in terms of actually exploring that land, so I would.
If you go to the steppe, I would be careful. The horse lords there will kill you for your hide, seeing it as prized. He looks at your scales.
I must wait until I'm a little bit stronger. Eventually, I may be able to. I may have a way of tricking them, but I will wait until I am stronger. At this point, the safest bet that you've given me would be to search in Kendallholm.
All I can advise is caution, friend. All I can advise is caution. Well,
Thank you.
I enjoyed our tea, but I must get back to my studies. Would you... He gestures.
Yes, I will return. I will return in 2 days' time.
So be it. What do you do for the next 2 days?
Oh, before I leave, I ask him. I would be staying in town. That shrinking spell you used, how long would that last if I did typically try to um, find lodgings in this area?
Oh, not long enough for you to sleep in a tavern or an inn. Excuse me.
Oh, that's so be it.
So be it.
Thank you for your time. Then I guess I just make my way out and I guess kind of we're just like hang out in town, eat, hang out, and then I guess I'm just gonna sleep in his his like outhouse, an outhouse, whatever it's called.
You sleep in his toilet?
Not his toy, but what the fuck's that thing called? Where they keep hay and shit in like
A
horse's
barn?
feed. Barn house. Ask him if I can stay there for a couple days.
He doesn't have a barn. He has a small shed that you can sleep in, where the goats usually sleep. But
Yeah, I'll hang out with the goats. I'm okay with that.
okay, you once again find yourself sleeping in a goat pen, or I think you slept with sheep the last time. There's a smattering of both in this pen as well. But you go to sleep. You wake up in the morning and you can rememorize spells. You can go on an adventure, or do you just continue to this process of sleeping until the gem is identified?
I go into town to see if there's any type of transport I can take from Quartershoe to at least Titus Hearth.
Okay. You travel around the town of Quartershoe asking for, is there any transportation to Titus's Hearth? And they tell you no, there is not. The plains are incredibly dangerous, so are the Hobby Hills. They tend to sail from Quartershoe to Wakeport. Sometimes some small boats will take people up to Mon Pike, but Quartershoe is very disconnected from the rest of the plains. The only way the river lords tend to travel on the Feinfeld, excuse me, is by boat. They travel by boat up and down the river, and they tend not to go on land very much. If they do, it's a rider who goes on horseback very, very quickly. Slept with the sheep. Is he Welsh? Of course he's Welsh. All dinosaurs are Welsh. That is now canon.
Aye.
But they basically tell you no, there is not a lot of travel that, like caravans or anything that goes to Titus's Hearth, if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking to buy a horse, they can sell you a riding horse, although they look at you skeptically as you might break it.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I generally ask just for a compass. I see if I can find a compass and a map to head there.
A compass is incredibly expensive and very rare tech-wise at this current juncture. If you
a map then?
If you want a map, they can provide you with a local map of the region for 8 silver.
Alright. I asked him if there's anything that includes at least past the Golden Street. Yeah, sorry. There's no.
What did you ask? Sorry?
I asked if the map is a map that includes anything past the Golden Step, or is it just locally the Quartershoe?
It's the Indarian Plains, so it's everything in the Golden Steppe and up near Kendallholm.
Perfect. Yeah. Then yeah. We said five silver.
8.
8. I pay it.
And they hand you a local map. It is not fancy. It looks like it was drawn by a local cartographer. So imagine if your local, I don't know, high schooler drew a map of an area that he was familiar with.
Okay. Well, I take that, and then is there anything else to do in town? Anything? See if I just list it in for people's problems or anything interesting going on in town recently.
There is talk of a halfling who is a fantastic juggler over at one of the local taverns. This tavern would be the Small Man. Is the local tavern.
I literally won't fit in there, most likely.
No. It is also a tavern for halflings, you come to learn.
Well, I take that to mean I'm going to just spoon about for the day, then go to sleep, then head over to Giles' home.
I mean, if you're looking for jobs, we could find something for you.
That's fine. I was just gonna more focus on travel. I was gonna see if there's anything like pressing or any like big news going on, but if there's nothing going on,
Trying to think how much I want. There's rumors of some strange events going down in Wakeport. Apparently, there's been rat attacks. Rats coming out from under the city sewers, attacking everyone in sight in an organized fashion. Just regular rats, not even giant rats. Very suspicious occurrence. There's a lot of rumors that that town is cursed by the gods, and people are very fearful of what's been happening there. Those are the recent rumors. But please don't go there. That's a reference to another campaign.
Wait, you don't do two separate parties battling each other?
Oh,
and
please don't make me go get Teo.
Looks like I have to go solve a problem. I'm needed. No, I just take that news in tow. Then I go back about my business. Sleep off the day.
Okay, you sleep off the day. Another day passes. So you would know now that you are, I think, one day away from everything being done. This is
this would be the second day. So I think today would be done.
Oh, did you sleep again? Well,
no, the first day we slept, and then this is the second day. This.
Well, you talk with the guy, then you went to town.
Oh no, I talked with the guy, slept
in his pen,
and then I talked to yeah. Then.
Okay. So this is the second day. So by tonight he will have it done. So you spend the day lollygagging once again, or do you can do something if you want to interrupt me. But eventually the night begins to fall, and you head over to the hut. And as you do, you see the naked wizard relaxing on a rocking chair outside of his small hut, rocking back and forth, whittling a piece of wood. He nods at you as you approach. He goes, Yes, hello, Meyer.
Hello, Giles.
There is some news for you. The stone you brought me is incredibly dangerous. It has the ability to identify once per day, as a spellcaster would at a particular level. Sorry, power sphere. Excuse me. So if you attain a certain ability, say you were of my ability in magics, you would be able to cast the spell as if you were that wizard. There is also other abilities that can be unlocked from the stone. There is a very powerful spell called True Seeing. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I have not.
It is another wizard spell that allows you to see things as they truly are, see through illusions, see through magic, and detect it as if you had cast a variety of different detection spells. Although, you would also be able to see through changelings. This power is locked, is the best way I can describe it. There is a trigger that I cannot ordain, that the stone will allow its user to use this power once that trigger has been done. But as with some magic items, these things can be elusive and are only very much known by the people who cast the spell in the first place or knew of its origins. Or know its history.
So, do I need a pearl to cast Identify, or would I just be casted just using the gem itself?
He used your pearl, didn't he?
No, but would I need another one, is what I'm saying.
Yes, you would need another pearl. This is... Sorry. He goes, yes, you would need another pearl. Yes. But it also gives you the ability to detect magic. Once per day. which is very powerful. You can tell the school of a particular spell potentially, or you could just see that it's magical. There is also something else. I cannot tell what it is, but there is another latent magic within the stone. You are familiar with the essences now. The essence is more than just the deities around us. It is also the power that flows through this world. Sometimes when you use powerful artifacts, they will... I hate to use the word taint. He smiles and looks down at himself, his fully naked form in the wind. It could taint you. That's not always bad. It is sometimes preferred to have these effects, although some of them are very much negative. I am unsure fully what this one is, but you will change if you use this artifact and unlock its powers, as the trigger would entail. You'll become something new.
So, just generally, how long is it the trip to... I guess I do have to return here out of game. I'm not saying this to him, because I do think killing him at this point would be the correct move, but I just think he's too powerful for me at the moment. If he can cast Identify, he'd be too strong. I have to either catch him off guard, or kill him in his sleep or something. That's something I'm not a thief, so I guess I'm just come back here once I go for the second gem.
Okay.
Wait, by the way, that True Sight thing, is that like a spell I can cast once a day, or is that just going to be an innate ability I have now?
It would be a spell, but again, he said the True Sight is locked to you unless you trigger the abilities of the stone.
Unless I kill him.
Is that what you inferred?
Yes, that is what I inferred.
So be it.
Alright. Well, for now, I tell him thank you, and I'll be on my way to Kendallhome.
I hesitate to hand you the stone back.
I'm sorry, but I have to insist. This is the only way I can protect my home, my family, my people.
I will return it to you, but just one more time. I need you to understand the stories about these stones never end in a happy ending. If you truly seek to heal your lands, grow your own power. Challenge the Blight lands on your own. Use your own merits. For these stones are powerful, and they will lead to success of some kind, but never the kind you hope for.
That implies time and power I can already not comprehend. The Blightlands have been there for centuries, and no one's been able to cure them. I can see if on my path, if I do acquire something that can help me in that journey, I'll definitely try my hardest to use those means. But at the moment, I can see no other way.
Do you swear it?
I swear, if I can heal my lands by some other means, I will stop my quest for the stones.
I will consider that an oath to me, and to your lands, and to your people. And he produces the stone from one of his pouches on his belt and hands it to you. Go well, Myrsaris.
I thank you, friend. Then I go outside, I change into, for flavor, let's say a falcon. Wait, falcons have
falcon is too many HP for you.
Alright, let's say the mighty pigeon, and then I fly off.
Okay. Yes, a falcon has 1 hit die. You can only do half hit die creatures at this current juncture. So you turn into a pigeon and fly off. Where are you flying?
I'm flying towards Kendallhome.
We need like a soaring through the air thing, but I don't have.
What's that never-ending journey? Never-ending story. That's what it was.
I don't want to get copyrighted by some of this music. Sorry, where are you flying? I totally ignored you.
Oh yeah. Let's say Titus Hearth. That's the closest thing. Am I faster in the air?
You are faster in the air. Let's look at movements.
So 120.
A pigeon can fly probably like this creature. Let's see where's.
So I guess 2 days if I can fly 60 miles a day.
Give me a moment. Okay. I need to do a calculation. You are about 120 miles away. Your movement will be this times this. Where is
Pigeons can fly 93 miles an hour.
Shh. Okay, so you can travel 90 miles a day.
Oh, okay, but I'm just more surprised by the IRL fact they can travel almost 100 miles an hour.
So be it.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, okay. 90 miles.
They don't, just to be clear, nothing flies straight for 90 miles an hour, right?
Oh, of course not. That's probably dive bombing.
Yes.
But just the fact that they can hit that like that speed on any sort of way, that's kind of incredible.
So you'll get right about here within a day.
Oh.
In 2 days you'll get to there.
Actually, I'll go straight to Kendallholm then if I can feasibly make it there in 2 days.
Okay. But you will camp in the middle of the plains then?
I can stop. I can actually make it to Greywatch, I think. I can make it to Greywatch, camp out there. Then from there, how long will it take me? 90 miles exactly. So yeah, actually, let's say I fly to Greywatch.
Okay. You fly to Greywatch. That may be an issue. We will see if that's an issue. Oh dear, oh dearie. You're flying over the Hobby Hills. As you're flying over the hills, you spot below you in the hills a large creature with a slanted nose. It's completely green. It's got warts all over it, and its arms hang low at its sides, kind of dragging against the ground. You see razor-sharp claws. Its elongated feet. It looks to be about, I believe, 7 or 8 feet tall. You can't really tell from this distance, but you're flying high above it. You would have heard of these creatures, although in the jungle they're a bit different. They are jungle trolls, but here you see a troll in the hills.
Oh, a hill troll. Oh, shit. I don't know if we went over spells. I think I said the same thing. It's going to be, it was Strength of Stone, then it was just the other ones were just going to be healing. You know what? Just generally speaking, this thing sounds like it could one-hit me. How strong is a troll from where I'm from?
There are stories of trolls killing entire villages of people.
Okay.
The tales generally tell a troll will come into a village, snatch someone, and the village will try and fight back. They'll kill it, they'll cheer in success, and then while they're cheering, the troll will regenerate its limbs back together and claw whoever's closest, and the village will go running.
Oh yeah, they're like somewhat immortal. I forgot about that. Okay, and then if I know that, I know it's just me, and I know it could probably hit me it could take me out in one hit. I think this is, I think just good luck to whoever walks in its path.
Okay.
Hey, cool question while we're traveling, alignment-wise. Say if I killed that wizard, would I switch over to evil? Or would I...
You would have to talk about that. It's definitely tilting you in that direction, we'll say. Yeah. We'll say that much. I would not suggest... Evil is a sliding scale, just as good as. You get closer to evil the more you do like that. If you were to kill this guy, it's questionable, right? Because you're doing it for the greater good. But is that kind of greater good evil? It's a question we have to ask. And then also, there's your druid powers, which your current druid powers are based on you being of good alignment.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm. But there are such things as evil druids. They have different powers, though, and tend to have different purpose. I don't know if you've ever heard of, like, the Bloodhenge Druids who, like, will kill humans for blood sacrifices and then basically go take vengeance on the realms of men.
Yeah, this is gonna be like a choice. After I go save a town, I'll go kill. Like, let me get my karma back up before I go back to the, neutral. What about a neutral druid? That seems okay. We'll talk. This is for later, but yeah. I'm not killing him. This definitely not this session, so we can talk about this later. Yeah. So let's say I continue past the troll and continue towards Greywatch.
You fly to Greywatch in search of your quarry, hopefully going to Kendallholm to get a lead on another stone. Do you just rest in Greywatch?
I rest there, but I also ask, typically how much would it be to get a guide into the pass?
Okay. A guide into the pass. Now, a city guide is generally 2 silver. The pass is very dangerous. You could get a guide for a gold a day.
Specifically towards the more dangerous part. And I also ask about people venturing into the tunnels below Independence Pass in search of... what was the guy's name? Shit. The dwarven god. Dwarhana. Like, in search of Dwarhana's power.
Yes. You ask about stories or guides who would be willing to do it?
Story, both.
Okay. I mean, there's as many stories as you will ask, right? Of an adventurous dwarf who tried to go find Dwarhana's stone. They either got eaten by troglodytes, which are a creature in this world. They got trogodiles. I may have said that wrong. I'm trying to remember correctly how to say that. I feel like I might have said something bad.
You did.
I did? How bad is it?
I don't think it's very bad. But...
Okay. I'm gonna Google it just to make sure. Troglodyte. That's not right. No, I was right, Nahom. Why'd you...
I thought like...
It means a person who lives in a cave. Why'd you make me think I said something wrong? Yeah.
I guess it depends on the usage of it, but,
But these are basically lizard people. That live
I was right. Troglodyte, someone who's brutish, reactionary, primitive. I guess it depends on the situation. It's more of an insult than a slur.
But they are underground kind of lizard people that live there. There's also some strange tales you hear of people being killed by these weird eyeball-like creatures. Although they look man-shaped with no head, completely flat. And they're very stocky, and they have these big eyes in the center of their chest. And under those eyes is a large, sharp mouth. And you hear about these creatures devouring young dwarves who go in search of the Stone of Power. They are human-shaped, though, for the most part.
So typically, how much would it cost to, not petition, or hire one of these dwarves who would be willing to go down there?
It'll cost a gold a day for a guide. They will run at the first sign of danger, though.
How about a warrior? So, like, a dwarven adventurer.
A mercenary to take down in there would cost 5 gold a day, and they would be pretty apt compared to most mercenaries.
Okay.
Not everyone's going to go down into the Independence Pass caverns. I
consider that, and then I make my way to Kendallholm. It seems like an adventure. So far, the most simplest one I can think of at the moment would just be Kendallholm, but Independence Pass, I will go back here on the way back to Quartershoe.
Okay. So you sleep here. I assume you just find somewhere to go rest. You have a meal. Just let's knock 10 silver for meals and things in the between times. Okay.
All right.
And the next day you can fly towards Kendallholm, the city on another sea. As you're flying over the plains that day, below you, you spot something interesting, perhaps. You spot... I need to roll another dice, actually. You spot a man with a staff and a pointy hat walking through the plains, kind of whistling.
I swoop down and say hello.
Okay, you swoop down and you transform into a giant dinosaur. You hear a gasp, and he begins to cast a spell. Roll initiative.
Stop. Hello, I'm just asking for directions.
Roll initiative as you turn into a dinosaur before this traveling wizard. He goes very slow. You go first. What do you do?
Hello, sir. I'm just asking for directions. I guard myself, and I bring out my sling. Okay. Not my sling, my dart. But I'm just saying, I'm just asking for directions.
The woman in a pointy hat casts a spell at you, and you take... You take 5 points of damage. As her hand shoots out, she goes, Falaka! And she shoots out a red little dart straight into your chest, and it bursts in a concussive force as you're shot backwards.
Oh, hell no. Okay, okay, I'm still got a lizard. Let's say I change into a snake, and then I slither up to her.
Okay. You slither up to her? Do you do anything?
I bite her.
Give me a d20. We need battle music. You miss as you go to attack her.
Oh wait, my movement. Could I get up like on top up her say I climb up her leg and stuff? Would that take some time, or would that be some type of check? Or can I just say I can climb up onto her?
Climbing up onto her would require a check, and that would be an action.
Okay, got you.
Okay, the woman cries in shock. Demon of the plains, be gone, for I am Falambra, the greatest wizard to ever stand in these lands. And she goes to whack you with her quarterstaff.
My AC is a little tiny gardener snake.
She whiffs it as she just tries to smack you at her feet. What do you do?
Hypothetically, if I was under her shirt or something like that, could she be able to hit me? It's like if I was right there, or would there be a penalty her hitting herself?
I have trouble answering that because she could hit you potentially, but maybe not. You know?
Got you.
Also a little weird you're trying to crawl up a wizard's shirt.
Well, I try to do it with the goblins.
I don't want to have a conversation with you. Okay.
It's not about gender. I'm an equal opportunity ass beater. Okay, how about fine. I will climb. What check would it be if I did try to climb up? Dexterity or?
It depends how you try and climb. If you're trying to slither up her, it'd be a dexterity. If you try and bite your way up her clothes, it would be a strength check.
Let's go with let's go with a straight up attack.
Okay, give me your roll.
Actually, no, fuck it. Dexterity check. Let's go up. Let's see if I can get up in there. Oh, it's a 5. Sick.
Okay. Plus what?
14. Oh, 11. Oh, that one. Get the.
Wait, why did you roll 2 dice?
Oh, that one was just to get the shit die out of the way.
Okay, and it was much better. So, what is your strength score, though?
Oh, it is a 14.
Okay.
Just barely
So a
whiff
19.
it.
You should do the plus command so that I can see that when you do the stats. It would be very helpful to me. You whiff it. You try and climb up her. You completely fail. You try and bite into her clothes. You try and slither up her leg. It's just nothing's working. And she yells, "Snake, demon of the plains, I will end you for all that is good and holy." As she cast another, I don't know why I'm about to roll dice, because I need to roll one of these, another magic missile at you. That is not +1, but you take 4 damage, turn back into a regular dinosaur person.
Roll D4 back when I changed back for health, right?
Yep. As
All
your
right, I'm at
polymorph
5.
gives you 4 more HP. This is an unfortunate ability.
I take a Wait, there's somatic. If I just actually fuck it, let me just try to roll an attack on her.
You attack her
I mean, yeah.
with your scimitar.
So attacking her and like trying to grab her would be the same, correct? In terms of actually like landing a hit.
Trying to grab her would give you a strength versus her strength, essentially.
Oh, I'll grab her. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We will have to have
She's a
them
wizard.
do two. Hi, Lana. How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
20.
Okay, that was your. You need to grab her though. You need to do an attack first, and then do a strength check.
Oh, okay.
So roll me to hit, and then that'll be your strength check, no matter what.
This is bullshit.
Oh, you failed to grab her, but if you did, you would definitely grab onto this innocent wizard woman. Falambra the Magnificent looks to you as you whiff trying to grab her. "You fiend! You would try to hold my bosom?" And she goes to whack you with her staff once again. She whiffs it. Although she does hit you, it does not pierce your scales. She whacks at you with her staff. "Unhand me, you fiend!" It's your turn once again.
Fuck it, straight attack.
You
Are you
pull out
shitting
your
me right
scimitar.
now? This is the fifth 5.
You gotta stop wasting your rolls on the. You keep doing these bunky rolls where you're trying to be like, I'm gonna get the good rolls in, like through doing this. It does not work. You rolled a natural 20 when it didn't count a 19. Why would you do that to yourself?
Oh my lord.
It's the opposite of good. Okay, you whiff your scimitar. She goes, "You would kill me, fiend." Goes to whack you with the staff. What's your AC?
It is I think it's a 12. I can go double check that. 12.
Your AC is 12? Are you a very dexterous dinosaur? Oh, you have leather on, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I forgot you're a
Well, I
druid.
am leather, but
It's unfortunate. She smacks against your leather armor again, trying to burst through it with her quarterstaff. She goes, "Why won't you be gone? I banish you, demon." Okay, it's your turn.
Okay. Another attack roll. Just pray to the D&D gods. RNGesus, take the wheel. Yes,
Ooh.
RNGesus!
You slash against her. Give me your damage with your scimitar. Scimitar.
2 damage.
2 damage. You take your scimitar and rake it against her chest. She screams out in pain. "Ah! Falimbra!" I've changed her name multiple times now. I don't know.
She's an important character.
She
She's like, oh, the great and powerful. Like, no.
She's just a random. She's a wizard on the random encounter table. Okay, that's the story here. She casts another spell. Where is what I'm looking for? Okay. Lack of courage. All right. She casts a spell and immediately after bursts into a dead sprint. She disengages from you, but then she moves 1/3 of her movement, but her movement is now much higher than before. So let me do a calculation on that. Divine. Well, actually, she moves at regular movement. She disengages, but somehow is able to move at regular movement quickly. I accidentally muted myself. Quickly moving away from you after she casts this spell. She is now around 60 feet in the distance of the plains towards Kendallhome. What do you do?
I fire a dart at her.
Give me a shot with your dart. You get 2 shots per round if you want to take it. Trying to murder this innocent wizard woman. The first shot smacks home, shooting into her gut. So does the second. Give me your damage rolls as you blow dart her.
This is clicking all this other shit is stupid.
We can end the battle music as you murder this innocent woman.
Oh shit! She's dead.
Oh, you do maximum damage to this wizard as you shoot a dart into her gut and another into her throat. You see it kind of stick out of the top of her mouth as this dart plops into her. She crumples into a heap. She goes, "Flambra, the Great." She whispers as she falls unconscious, bleeding out.
Dick. I walk up to her and loot her. Just.
What would you do if a bird turned into a dinosaur in front of you? A creature unfamiliar to your lands, out of curiosity.
She's a wizard. She's learned. She should know better. I even took my action to say, "Hello, I'm just asking for directions. I'm just asking for directions." I said, I did yell that for my first action.
Very strange creature. I did roll a reaction score, and it was not good.
I'm charismatic as fuck, boy. Well, yeah.
You are, but not when you fly and get a bunch of negatives to your
that is accurate.
score
Well,
by
I loot her.
appearing out of nowhere and surprising. You
What
loot
does she
her.
have on her?
You find 1 gold coin, a spell book, her staff, her robes, her hat, and that's about it.
Gold coin. Staff, a quarter staff?
Yes. Looks to be made out of a nice oak.
Let me just check on the old tabulator just to see if this is worth anything.
Are you looking at the book to see if it's worth any money?
Yes.
No, it's not. Quarterstaves are free.
They are? Okay then. I leave that there and I take the staff and the book. Does the book have any specific spells on it?
How would you be able to read them?
I have reading.
Yeah, but they're in the language of magic. You can't read magic.
Oh.
That's a spell.
Okay then. Then I'll just then I'll just put it in my bag and then say okay. I'll ask the gals about this later.
So be it. You put the spell book in your bag. She bleeds out. You murdered someone.
Oh yeah, is she still? I can heal her, right? Oh no, it's too late, right? She did. You just declared her death.
Well, you just looted her stuff, and while you could have helped her had you pay. I said she was bleeding out too, and after you downed
I thought she died.
I said she bleeds out onto the ground after going unconscious.
You said bleeds, not bleeds out, not bleeding.
It bleeds out is not necessarily bled out.
Oh, I took it as blood out. All right, whatever. Can't go back in time. Only way is forward.
You pilfer her things as every good murder hobo does.
Hey, no. Back over in the great forest. Survival of the fittest. You take the score of your kill.
It's an interesting philosophy to have, but
Right. It's let's say I still got my animal form. I do a good old transformation into a classic bunny hop and just back through the fields towards Kendallhome. Actually, let's say Titan's Heart.
That's gonna significantly reduce your travel.
Oh, I thought they were faster. Okay, then
No,
let's
bunnies
just say.
are not faster than birds.
Oh no, I was saying just generally than me on foot. 'Cause I already used my animal form. It's been.
Yeah, you used
spent.
your bird.
Yeah, but I used my snake, and now I have one mammal. Right?
Yes, but I'm just telling you, you're only gonna go about 30 miles as a bunny.
How about a deer?
Same. You also can't
Yeah.
turn into a deer. It's a whole hit point.
Oh yeah. Okay. Bunny hopping around. At least when I untransform, I will
Okay.
be at full health.
You bunny hop to here for the rest of the day. You make it within sight of Titus Hearth. You can see it off in the far distance. You also see a cadre of cows and bison in many, many fields. And do you go to sleep? Or
Yeah, I go to sleep. Yeah, I just set camp on the.
another
Is there a
night
house nearby?
in the plains? We'll see if there's a house. Or if there's something else.
Holy shit!
As you go to set up camp, you're rolling nicely on these encounter charts. I like it.
Yeah, single wizards,
Ooh. Oh dear. Okay. As you go to look around for houses, you noticed slanking behind you, its arms drawing against the ground, is a green troll. Having seen you transform into a 7-foot-tall dinosaur, he stares at you, walking forward. What does that roll?
That's my
HP.
transformation hit die thing.
He he stumbles towards you. He's about 40 yards away.
40 yards away?
Mm-hmm. Just walking.
Is he walking towards me?
Yes.
Do trolls speak English? I mean, common?
You don't know that much about trolls.
Oh, well. Even though it's night, I will continue. I will take a beeline towards the hearth.
Okay. You push it past your limits. It's not that bad. If you ever stayed up for 24 hours, it's tiresome, but it's not terrible. And you crawl to Titus's hearth. As you look over your shoulder every once in a while, you do see that troll following you, but eventually it gives up as you get within the farms of the town, right?
I'll fuck with wizards, but not trolls.
Around you as you approach Titus's hearth, yeah, you'll murder an innocent woman, but a troll's too much for you.
Hey. This is a stand my ground state.
I see. You are truly the essence of all libertarians. You walk through the
Private
the
owned
fields.
nuclear weapons.
Most of what you see is ranching. There's a lot of ranches with surprisingly bison, cows, etc. You walk into the small town. There's a nice temple in the center of it with a big great hall where you see a lot of noise coming from. And you hear cheering and jeering, and the guards outside of town question you pretty heavily. They're like, "What are you first?" And these are the typical questions you're gonna get. But they'll let you in with some level of suspicion, and you wander into town. It appears to be a very festive night. People are partying in the streets, drinking, jeering. Some of them point to you and go, "Oh, Dia, a creature! What is it? Who knows?" You hear them whispering loudly between themselves.
I go find some random person, not a child, and ask them what's going on in town today.
"Ooh, it's the festival.
Celebrating what?
Every weekend, we celebrate the great Titus. Would you like to hear his tale?"
Sure. Why not?
In a land far away, there was a mighty champion of Sonar, god of light. Here we call him Frimberg, but there they call him Sonar or Sonus. And in that land, this god of light blessed a small child with the ability to tame a bison, a buffalo. And he rode that buffalo into battle, conquering the many enemies of that land. And one day came when an undead horde would scourge the land before them. And on that day, our champion gave up all of his body hair, being burned in the light of his god to truly embrace his power. He was given a mighty mace that would smash through the dead legions easily, and he would fight through them breaking them. But unfortunately, even though they fought on this undead horde, they would accidentally unleash the power of a red dragon upon the lands, not knowing that a sacred tomb was held to them. A dark and mysterious satyr betrayed them, plunged the sword into the dragon's key holder, and freed this mighty beast, or at least that's how we tell the tale. They would flee these lands, not being able to conquer Belenthorax, the great mighty red, and travel here to our lands. Eventually, the Buffalo Riders settled down in this here town of Titus's Hearth, named after him. If you go to the Great Hall, inside there is a large statue of Titus on a buffalo. It is quite beautiful. It's made of marble, a rare and exotic stone.
Oh, quite interesting.
We raise bison in his honor.
Oh, well. Oh, that must be wonderful. It's every weekend.
Every weekend there's a Titus Day. It's on Sundays. It's
Oh.
when we party and ravenously have fun. And then we slaughtered the great donkey that we call Beans. In his sacrifice we give him.
Okay. All right. Wait. Wait. I know he was part of the. Wait, was he in my? He was not in our party, right?
No, you played one session with them for some.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember playing with the character. I was like, he was definitely not in the party that went to Baywatch. I was like, oh, cool. I wouldn't mind partying. By the way, do you have lodgings that could accommodate a being of my size?
Go party in the Great Hall.
Well, sick. Well, I make my way to the Great Hall then. I give her a high five, then I go fucking, yeah, let's go.
Okay. You head over towards the Great Hall. It's a long house with various shields and weapons kind of strapped to the side of the doors as you enter in. You see kind of 3 long rows of tables with various warriors kind of drinking ale. They all have their various armors and armaments. They're partying to their heart's content. In the center of the room, you see that large statue that he mentioned with a nearly hairless bison rider with a small donkey he's kind of holding a leash to on the side. And you see various groups in this great hall kind of separated from each other. You understand that sometimes there are families in prominent regions that hang out with each other more, have rivalries. It appears to be one of those situations. As you kind of meander through here and converse with people, they go, oh, over there you'll see the Spurbound Son. They raise bison. And then over there you see someone point. They go, the Pells, a family of horse herders. They have recently been courting the Baron for more lands. And then they point over there, the North Parks, a family who wrestle cattle. Truly a less noble task. They are looked down upon by the rest of us, for they do not ranch buffalo or horses. They stick with those lowly cattle.
And there, the Richardsons. They are the worst of us all. They raise donkeys.
And then a man does come up to you. He nods to you and goes, my child. He appears to have a holy symbol around his neck.
Hello, sir. I was just traveling. Then the people of this town told me of this party, and said I could find lodgings here if I was wondering if that would be possible or if that'd be arrangeable.
We could set you up in the temple for a night. I am Vicar Marcus, cleric of Una Revel, god of chaos, essence of chaos. Welcome to Titus's Heart.
Thank you. And then I'm just gonna chill out here for the night, drink, hang out for a bit.
Would you be interested by chance, in assisting the town while you're here?
You're providing lodging for me. I wouldn't mind it.
Yes. We recently had a scuffle between two of the families, and it would be oh so wonderful if you would do me this favor. There is a horse on the plains. And I would be so grateful if you could go grab that horse for me.
Yes. That'd be a simple feat for me.
He looks to the totem you probably hold around your neck. What is your druid totem?
Let's say it's a dinosaur.
You have a small wooden or metal dinosaur around your neck. Probably
no,
wooden.
It's plastic. It's plastic and its legs move.
Yes. You are a druid, if I'm not mistaken. There is a wild horse that we have named Dorkrol. It is a majestic beast. And I would be so happy if you could tame it. It is a white Mustang. Its majesty will be immediately known to you. And you druids are so good with animals, I figure if you tame the beast and bring it back here, we could use it as a gift of unity between the two tribes, as between the two families, as we force them to share it on occasion, to bring them closer together.
I could definitely help you with that. Would there be any sort of payment for this task?
I could give you lodgings, and you would have my gratitude as a cleric of Valcada. Una Ravel, sorry, I said the god of healing instead of the god of chaos. Una Ravel.
I also might need help locating. I also might need help locating certain things in Kendallhome, which is the town I'm on my way to. First thing in the morning, I could head out on this task. Then, if you could point me in the direction of someone who could help me with my task as well, I would be more than happy to help you.
You wish to go to Kendallhome?
Yes, I have a task there.
It is not a hard journey. There is a road northward.
Yes, but I heard stories of a party of adventurers about 20 or so years ago. Apparently, they had apparently there was some type of fire in town and other business that they were involved with that I am currently looking into. I was wondering if you've heard about that.
You would be better asking there. My mind is not one for the politics of Kendallhome.
Understandable. Well, if you could wait till morning, I would be more than happy to go look for the horse.
So be it. Enjoy the festivities, and you can rest in the temple on a pew. You are quite large. I do not know where else you would fit.
I'm used to it. With a roof, I'm just happy to have a roof over my head. While I spend the night drinking and pass out.
So be it. You go to sleep. After having a wild night, have a good time. You are undisturbed, and you wake up in the temple and ask to go locate this and tame this horse.
Okay. For today's spells, I do animal friendship, invisibility to animals, and locate animals.
Okay. You learn those 3 spells.
So I asked the priest, Jesus Christ, where's the horse been seen?
Out on the plains. I assume you would be proficient in locating such a thing.
Oh, that's more than fine. So I guess I'm assuming he's talking about south because this is all forest.
Yes.
All right, then I say thank you. Then I transform into my good old pigeon form, it's your boy, and then I go and I head south to go look for the animal.
Give me you don't have a hunting proficiency or anything special, do you?
No, but once I get to the plains, let's say I cast locate animals.
Okay, that's going to last a round per level, so it'll last 1 minute. You can make a decent distance flying around 1 minute, though, afterwards. So let me just roll a luck check for you, which is basically just me rolling a d20 to see if you are within distance of the horse when you cast it. You almost crit it.
Oh, it's your boy.
So, yes, almost immediately you locate... What kind of animal are you trying to locate?
Horses.
Okay.
Specifically this white one they described.
Yes, almost immediately you locate a pack. I believe a pack of horses is the proper term. Of horses, specifically wild ones, out in the plains. And you see among them is a beautiful white Mustang, kind of rearing and jeering at the other horses. It is clearly a stallion. You know, that kind of thing, etc. Okay. Nahom?
Oh, my mic was off, sorry. Let's say I land and cast invisibility to animals so don't freak them out when I first appear.
Okay. You land, you cast invisibility to animals. That'll last 1 turn plus 1 round, so that's 11 minutes. And what do you do?
In that time, I get within 10 yards of the white horse and I cast Animal Friendship on it.
It needs to pass its saving throw. Oh, it fails it bad. So, Animal Friendship. By means of this spell, the caster is able to show any animal of any animal intelligence that he desires friendship. If the animal does not roll a successful saving throw versus spell immediately when the spell is begun, it stands quietly while the caster finishes the spell. So as you do this, I need to ask you something. Do you really want to be this animal's friend?
It's just so I can at least get him to listen to my commands. Then I get 3 commands for him to do. Then I can ask him to stay in the town and so on.
The spell specifically says you need to have good intentions toward the animal. If they're going to slaughter this Mustang or hurt it...
Oh, no, they said they just want to keep him as, prized horse.
Okay.
You know, those animals are usually kept well. It's like breeding animals, They get the best feed and shit like that.
So just
I don't
as
think there's any bad intentions
just
it.
for us here, what would happen if they hurt the Mustang? What would you do?
If they try to eat it?
If they tried to hurt it in any way, right?
Oh, I would take it and leave.
Okay. The Mustang eventually, after an hour or so of you casting the spell, begins to relax. That's not good. Or maybe that's great, who knows?
How much intelligence does it have?
As you are doing this, as you begin to finish up, the Mustang relaxes, calms down. But, give me a perception check. You're very focused on this animal friendship task. It takes an hour to finish.
23.
23. As you're finishing up, you begin to hear some sounds. You hear a "argy bargy" off in the distance, and as you spin around, you see 5 goblins stumbling through the plains, about a mile off, coming in your direction. They're pointing at you and jeering, "Argy bargy, argy bargy."
Oh shit!
Mm-hmm.
Time for battle, boys. I tell the horse to wait, like let's say behind me, like in the direction of the town, and then
Okay.
I get my can I get an attack off before combat starts?
What attack? It depends.
Blow dart.
You're going to be really close with the blow dart.
Am I close to them? Or?
A blow dart's range is roughly... Where is blow dart? Blow gun. There we go. About 20, I believe, yards. So, without penalties, 30 with penalties. So you're
How
gonna...
far away are they from me now?
They are about a mile away.
A mile?
Like I said, they are a mile away, rushing towards you.
Oh well, let's say one. Okay. Screw it. Once they get at least, let's say, 100. Wait, how many yards are in a mile? Yards, right? No, it's a thought.
We don't need to do this math. When they
Okay,
get within the distance, do you want to declare a shot?
I want to declare, 2 shots.
So you go and
I whiff
shoot.
it.
You totally whiff it. They continue to run towards you. You can get one more round of blow guns off before they close with you, though, if you'd like. As I turn on some battle music.
And roll for save versus death. Actually, let's consider that second roll to save versus death.
You roll a 1?
I roll a
Yes,
1.
give me a D20. Okay, you want to give up your second shot for save versus death?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll consider that your save versus death. I'll be fair with that.
And a 5!
Be
It's your
nice.
boy coming at you live.
Would have been a fail anyway, which I would have said you lose your second shot. But either way. You are closed by the goblins. Let's give it initiative to see who goes first as they close the distance with you.
How many are there?
5, as I said.
Oh, okay, sick.
They will go at 4. Okay. 3 goblins close with you. 2 in the back you see have not large whips, regular-sized whips that they kind of slash against the ground. Are these goblins Mexican? Who knows? We'll find out. 3 of them charge at you with spears, though. They are completely naked except for their loincloths. 2 of them stab you. This may be GG Nahom.
Are you serious?
It may be. They do 6 damage on a spear.
Wait, they have spears?
I just said they have spears.
I thought they had short swords. Okay.
No, I said spears. Oh, they do 8 damage as they stab their spears, one into your thigh, the other into your stomach. I think you go unconscious.
I do go unconscious. Will the horse buddy protect me?
They do go to protect you. I guess we'll see. Let's do some rolls with the horses as you are in the Shadow Realm. Although you're bleeding.
I mean...
So you might just be dead either way.
Oh, shit.
Let's see. Let's do some horsey combat. The horse comes up. He goes to strike with his... How many
Will he
attacks?
summon his allies to rally behind me?
He gets 1 attack? Oh, that's terrible. God, wild horses are terrible at attacking. Okay. He rolls a natural 20 against the goblin. So he's 2d3.
That was 1 round of combat.
give it
It's
a
like,
D.
is it over? Is my turn?
Okay, first goblin gets hooved in the face. The goblins go. It's got 2 with spears next to him. What's his AC? Alright. 1 goblin hits him. Let's see how much health this horse has. Barely alive. Fights to defend you. Hits another goblin. Only a regular hit, though. Oh my god. Another goblin goes down. Okay. We may just be simulating this for no reason, but we'll see. This is what happens, folks. Sometimes characters get pwned because they run up against 5 goblins without realizing they are just human. Or a dinosaur in this case. What am I rolling? It's a D8. Oops. It's not the right thing.
Betting it all on the horse.
That goblin lives. Goblin attacks back. Goblin kills the horse. The horse dies. Let's do... Give me a charisma check.
Oh, it's still past 21, but...
It's bad, though. Alright. I was looking for exceptional. I think Meyer Saurus is killed by goblins in the plains.
Are you shitting me? Oh,
Yes.
fuck, okay.
Killed by goblins in the plains. In the future here, we hear stories of a goblin being able to see anything. Anything he can possibly see. Also a goblin having glowing eyes with a crazy whip, striking across the plains, trying to locate these stones, picking up your quest probably for more nefarious purposes. And for a moment, we'll zoom out to the shadowy realm we had before of the various 9 or so figures who stood across from each other, one with a giant eye, another with a mermaid's tail. We hear one of them giggle. As I said, another one falls. Another failed attempt at gathering the stones. Do you have any final thoughts, Nahom, as you die to goblins in the plains?
I passed my save.
What save?
I don't know what the fuck that check was, but I guess
It's a charisma check to see if they murder you. You had a first chance already, buddy. I don't
Okay,
know
well, Liar from the Meyer continent is coming. I guess it's over. Yeah.
Okay, Meyer's journey ends. Do you want to continue your journeys on a solo campaign? I have another idea, if you're interested.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, this is a fun story, so why not?
How would you feel about playing... I'm going to keep the stream on because I think this is interesting to talk about. I had an idea, maybe playing a bruiser in a town and kind of getting involved in, like, gang conflict, right? Kind of going for, like, crime, trying to become the crime boss of the region. How would you think of that?
Yeah, sure, why not? It sounds fun. Less epic, but yes.
Okay. So... This is
I just told those villagers no.
Or not charge the goblins. You had a horse. You could have run away. Turn into a bunny and scamper off.
I thought they had short swords. I thought it would take them longer to get to me. Like I thought combat initiates from what was it? Combat starts from 100 feet, and then after that it would take them.
Well, I told you they closed the distance with you.
Yeah. I didn't yet.
I gave you 2 shots, so they were within.
No, I gave
they were within 30 yards, and then they closed another 30. You know, it happens. But okay. A road bandit. We'll see. But do you want to roll your stats now, and then we can do some crafting over the course of this week? Create you a new character sheet.
Yes.
Let's see here.
So hypothetically, I know it's over. So yes. Would I have found Miles with the 3 other gems?
No.
No. Okay.
I would have disconnected your other character from this campaign. You would have found the gems potentially. You would have met the alterer that you met there before. His name was.
Wait, would I have found the other 3 gems like all together though?
No. You would have found Magi Victus, which to some of you in the chat would be familiar, and to Nahom should be familiar as the wizard you all pissed off by burning down his house, his tower.
Sunny did it for sure.
Yes. Well, collective group. Victus the Changeling.
Oh no! Let's not say collective. We were all what's it called, imprisoned for it. But Sunny was the one who's like, yeah, let's set this bitch on fire.
Yes. Well, you want to give me 4d6, drop the lowest for some new stats?
4d6. What?
We usually roll 4d6, drop the lowest, I believe.
Oh, okay. I was like thinking overall. It's 7 of them, right?
1, 2, 3. Yep.
1. Okay. 2. 3,
so that
4, 5, 6, 7. Damn, I got a beefy character. Okay.
All right, you have a 665, so that's a 12, 17. Jeez. 17 strength.
17 strength, 16 con.
No, that's 16 dex.
Oh, sorry, 16 dex. Con is 15. Intelligence is 8. No, 9. Charisma is 11. I'm sorry, wisdom is 11. Charisma is a 16. And then I have a 13 for perception.
This is a wild. Wow.
Oh, at Nahom 3000, the next token will be a moonshot plus 500%. You want to buy Shiba coin? I hate these like random discords that keep like recommending clearly scam accounts to me.
Yes, those are quite irritating. Now, this is a really good character.
He's fire. I will give you that.
Okay. So we'll do some more character creation later, off stream. But what are you thinking here? What do you are you thinking human? Or are you what race? Just to get some flavor for what we might think of. You a human bruiser? Are you a half orc? Or are you a who's this guy gonna be?
Let's look at the min max list. You want to pull it up for the stream?
Oh no, we'll do that. We'll do that off stream. Oh dear. Might get wild with it. Either way, a pixie. We're not doing a pixie. He could be a gnome. That'd be crazy. But we'll probably start over. I think you're familiar with Mid-River, aren't you?
That was our other campaign with Monkey and Claptrap, right?
Yes. Yes, it is. There are some gangs in Mid-River I think would be good for a crime campaign. Are you thinking, just to leave little tidbits for the people, are you thinking of doing a fighter thief? Or are you thinking of just doing a fighter? What do you think would be cool for this?
My dex is crazy. I know. I think for a crime campaign, if I specialized, would that fuck up anything? Like the thing that Sunny did, the berserker and the thief.
I'm not super comfortable doing kits. You could do specialty in a weapon if that's what you're talking about. But
yeah, we can just. But yeah,
if you want to do a solo kit, I'm cool with that. But dual class kit, multi-class kits.
Overpowered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, then probably dual classing, because if we're doing like gangs in New York type thing, like this would be kind of sick if it was a thief fighter.
I'm looking forward to it. It's a shame Meyer Cyrus died, but
he was my most well-crafted character.
Was he?
He was. No, I definitely was.
Not Gian Nightshade, the gnome with. I think Gian Nightshade got crafted by the world around him.
Oh no! By the end of it, he was like the most like we could write like a pamphlet about him. Like, okay, yes. He did this, then he was a robot, then he was dead, and then he was like
magical construct. Okay, there's no robots in my world.
Ambiguously taking off to reappear at a later date to kill you guys again.
We're getting a suggestions of merman and centaur now. So
people, wait, I'm charismatic. I mean, I feel like we'd break even if we did centaur.
Oh dear. Then you can't go upstairs. Do you really want to have to deal with the stairs issue?
Yeah, I'd rather go undersized than oversized with this next campaign.
Okay. Yeah, be more inconspicuous.
Exactly.
Anyway, we'll figure out. So, but what I'm thinking about for this, just to get a general picture, is you're a common criminal. You got to find a way to make a living, right? We're going to start you off poor. You might build your way up through the ranks. You might end up being a cutthroat, right? You're the story, the rest of it's up to you, right? What you do with it. But that idea of you're a common criminal, street-born, gutter rat.
Wouldn't it be better to start us off in a bigger area like Shieldhelm or like...
I think working your way to Mon Moor would be interesting. Mon
Moor, that was the other big city I was thinking of. Mm-hmm.
Mon Moor's over here. I have Mon Moor mapped out more, so... I'd like to start you in Mid-River. I am not going to start him up here in the north. I have created that as a more dangerous region of the world. The blood elves are kind of dangerous over in Peak.
We're doing Ghost Tsushima. He's gonna be a ninja / samurai.
Oh, in the island? That is he'd probably be a slave there. Poor people do not do well in the Mercian Republic. So Yolanda. Is it Yolanda? The Ulandan Freeholders? Yes, the Ulandan Freeholders. Okay. Any final comments as we rest in peace, Meyer Sars?
Nothing's permanent. Should have killed that old man.
True. We'll see you guys next time as I wander into the plains.
And just as a fuck you to the game, let's roll a d20.
Oh, also,
And
I
it still
will.
hates me.
Just as a note, I will be here with my friend Teo on Friday. We'll be doing a morning stream at 8 a.m. with some more D&D solo stuff. He is playing a Grey Elf Wizard. Hopefully he doesn't wander into goblins, because he has much less HP than this guy.
Christ. All right.
8 a.m.
well, we
EST,
will-
by the way.
All right. Time to play Worms. Let's do it, boys.
All right. Catch everyone later. Peace.